Our week looks like this. Today you will either be testing new students or teaching, but first check the mealtime rota in the teacher's room. You may have a breakfast duty. At 8:30 we pass on any important information that you need to know. These meetings are usually very short but very important, which is why they are compulsory for all teachers. You can now go to your classroom. Always give yourself time to check your classroom is unlocked, turn your computer and projector on, and log on to your online register. Well, you're ready to teach. First complete the student register to check for any absentees. Just before the end of the lesson, ask your students to tidy up while you fill in the box in the register with what you have just done. Log out of your Gmail account and turn your projector off. Grab a cup of coffee, stretch your legs, or go back to the teacher's room. Also have a quick chat with your teaching partner to pass on any important information. As you're swapping rooms with your teaching partner, remember to give plenty of time to get set up. Before you start, check the student register first, and also remember to finish a few minutes early to tidy up, fill in the box in the register with what you've just done, log out of your Gmail account, and turn your projector off. Also tell your students to go to the meeting point tomorrow at 8:30. Please remind them there will be an assembly tomorrow morning, and because new students are joining us, all classes will change. Before you head straight to the canteen, check the mealtime rota in the teacher's room. You may have a duty. Time to go to your classroom. If you're not sure where to go, check the notice board in the teacher's room. Before you start, complete the student register to check for any absentees. Just before the end of the lesson, ask your students to tidy up while you fill in the box in the register with what you've just done, log out of your Gmail account, and turn your projector off. Grab a drink, chat with your partner, and get set up for your next class. Remember, you're now going to your teaching partner's classroom. The break is over, and your final lesson of the day begins. Just before the end of your lesson, finish up, tidy up, fill in your register, and shut everything down, just as you did earlier. Remember to tell your students to go to the meeting point tomorrow at 2 o'clock. Please remind them there will be an assembly tomorrow afternoon, and because new students are joining us, all classes will change. Now make your way back to the teacher's room for a meeting. As soon as everyone is back, we will tell you what you are teaching tomorrow. Remember, your classes on Monday are always different to the rest of the week. On Mondays, new students are tested and classes are formed, combining our new arrivals and students from last week. Now it's time to chat with your teaching partner and plan your lessons. You may, however, want to grab something to eat first. Before you go to dinner, check you're not on duty in the canteen. So yesterday was a busy day, but now we can hopefully settle into a routine. But first, are you on breakfast duty? As this is the first class for new arrivals at the centre, we always hold an assembly. After the teachers' meeting, you will have time to pop to your classroom and make any final adjustments before heading down for the Tuesday morning assembly. Yesterday, did you remind your students to go to the meeting point at 8:30? As a group, they will have already been taken to the assembly room. We, on the other hand, make our way to meet them at 8:45. The assembly concludes with a roll call by class group. As each group is read out, they are led by you, their class teacher, to their classroom. Please remind them that you will be their teacher for the rest of the week, and they need to come directly to this classroom every morning at 9 o'clock for lessons. For you as a teacher, you may know some of these students from last week. However, there is probably going to be a few new faces among them. So now the rest of the morning runs as it did yesterday. 2 lessons with a break in the middle, and finally lunch. Are you on duty? After lunch, we need to repeat the assembly we did this morning for afternoon groups. They will have been picked up by a staff member from the meeting point at 2 o'clock and taken to the assembly room. We, on the other hand, need to be there at 2:15. As you did this morning, please remind them that you will be their teacher for the rest of the week, and they need to come directly to this classroom every afternoon at 2:30 for lessons. If there are any problems or anomalies with student level placement, now is the time to bring them to our attention. Before you go to dinner, check you're not on duty in the canteen. Breakfast duty, teachers meeting, morning lessons, lunch duty, afternoon lessons, dinner duty, and we're finished for the day. Please remember that we will need your reports and certificates for all students who are going home. More on this another time. Well, the routine remains the same, except organised and delivered by the centre manager. This meeting is compulsory for all staff. Also, remember to sign the timesheet or you won't get paid. Almost there. Breakfast, lunch and dinner duties, lessons in the morning, lessons in the afternoon. While you are teaching, student reports and certificates will be delivered to your classroom for you to give out to students who are leaving. It's been a long week, but we must squeeze in one last meeting in the teacher's room before we put our feet up. What's going to happen on Monday? As some students will be leaving at the weekend, some classes will merge together. You need to find out whether you will be teaching or testing the new intake. Now it's the weekend. See you on Monday morning.
created using Powtoon.